Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Anazili Febrianti and my friend.
Alda Yolanda.
Before we begin, I would like to thank to our lecturer, Ma'am Dr. Sri Endang Kornita SE MSE, who has given us the opportunity to hold this presentation session. Well, our presentation topic is the location pattern dominant by dispersive force. The first material will be presented by Yolanda.
Okay, the first is introduction. First is unit location and the patterns of an activity. The second is competition and interdependence. And three, some basic factors contributing to disparate patterns. First is introduction, unit location and the pattern of an activity. Unit location refers to the spatial arrangement of various activities, such as in industries and services, which significantly influence economic interaction and resource management. In this concept, activities can be categorized into industry, like manufacturing or service, and further analyzed based on their geographical patterns. For instance, industries such as textile production often cluster in urban centers to leverage share resources and labor market, while others may be disappeared due to factors like land cost or resource availability. Okay, next is competition and interdependence. Competition among firms significantly shapes the patterns of unit location and influence economic dynamics. As business view for market share, they may choose to locate near competition to attract consumer or benefit from shared supply chains, leading to concern individual cluster. However, this competition also foster interdependence among firms. For example, a car manufacturing might rely on nearby parts supplier to maintain efficiency in the production. Next is some basic factors contributing to this disappeared pattern. Several key factors contributing to the disappeared patterns of unit location in economic activities. First is economic consideration, two is technological advancement, and three environmental factors. Next is market areas. First is introduction, second market area of a special monopolies, and three market area patterns. The first material is introduction. This material describes keeping distance from competition and the ability to form a market area, depending on the degree of product interchangeability. If products are not standardized, consumer cannot be accepted to choose the cheapest or close. But if products are standardized, there will be great potential for achieving economic of scale in their production. Next is the market area of a special monopolist. The concept of the market area of a special monopolist resolves around understanding how geographic factors and the product interchangeability influence a firm pricing power and the market boundaries. A special monopolist is characterized by the ability to raise price without losing all customers, a distance advantage of for perfect competitors who must keep price low to retain clients. The market area is defined by the concept of delivered price, which includes the seller's price plus any transfer costs incurred by the buyers. For instance, if a seller change a uniform price at their location, buyers at varying distance will pay additional transfer costs that increase which distance. This relationship helps establish the market boundary there. Consumers are willing to purchase based on the total cost of acquiring goods. The market area of a special monopolist, the demand curve, show the relationship between the price and the quantity of the product that customers want, while the marginal revenue curve show the additional revenue that the firm earns when selling one additional unit of a product. In essence, a special monopoly can set higher price and price fewer quantities compared to a competitive market due to the absence of competitors. Next is market area patterns. It is important to understand that the distance from competitors and the ability to form a market depend on the degree of the product interchangeability. If a product are not standardized, consumers will not always choose the close or cheaper sellers. However, when the products are standardized, there is great potential to achieve economies of scale in the product, which allow mechanism and automation of process. The size of the location unit is limited by the need for a large market area and increased transfer costs, while the size of the firm can be large without such limitation. Okay, the next presentation by Anazali.
Okay, the next material is some aspect of spatial pricing policy and monopolies. First is area overlap. A market theory is formed when a seller has a specific geographical boundary where it can sell product or service at a lower cost than its competitors. This theory is usually defined by distribution costs or transfer costs. So buyers in the theory prefer to buy from that seller due to lower overall costs. In practice, the boundaries of market theories are often unclear and might overlap. Some of contributing factors are: first, third-party absorption of transfer costs; two, buyer preference; three, absorption of transfer costs by seller or buyer. Next is spatial price discrimination. Spatial price discrimination occurs when sellers set different price for buyers located in the different location, depending on distance and transfer costs. There are several spatial price discrimination strategies commonly used. First, full absorptions of transfer fees or freight absorption. The seller pays the entire transfer fee for a remote buyer. 2. Partial absorption. The seller absorbs only a portion of the transfer fee for more distant buyers, half of the transfer fee. Next, pricing policy and spatial competition. In spatial competition, price policy largely determines the market area boundaries between multiple sellers competing in different locations. If a seller sets a low price to attract buyers in the competitor's territory, it can expand its market area and push the boundary further forward in its competitors. For example, in the hoteling competition model, two sellers will compete for customers located between them along a straight line. In some cases, sellers may choose to cooperate and set uniform price to avoid costly price wars. This is similar to a monopoly where market boundaries are strictly maintained to minimize transfer costs and avoid overlap. Next is location decision and economic distribution patterns. A firm location decision is a strategic element that affects regional economic distribution. Firms will choose locations that allow quick access to consumers and resources at minimal cost. In a, region, in a, region, in a regional economy, the strategic placement aims to maximize market access while minimizing distribution or transfer costs. In the context of regional economic location decisions also take into consideration first demand patterns. Seller will seek location close to high demand concentration to increase sales volume. 2. Distance from competitors. Sellers may choose a location relatively far from competition to create a more stable market area and avoid intense price competition. 3. Infrastructure costs. Some locations may be more expensive due to better transportation infrastructure, but can yield long-term benefit in faster distribution and lower costs. Next is dispersive force patterns in location. Location pattern influenced by dispersion force arise when business unit or service are spread evenly to meet demand gaps. For example, a company may locate its business units equidistantly to create equal access across the region. In addition, this dispersion style principle also applies to non-commercial commercial institutions such as a recreation center or school. This diversion allows more people to access service at a lower transportation cost, improving community welfare. Factors such as service demand, accessibility, and ease of transportation will influence how widespread the distribution is. Competition and location decision. First, the hoteling model of location competition. The hoteling model, developed by economist Harlow Hoteling, describes competition between two sellers in the linear market where buyers are evenly distributed. Each seller is free to choose a location to maximize its market reach. 2. Vendor motivation and movement in location. In a competitive situation, a seller may decide to relocate it can increase its market share. Initially, the first moving seller may move as close as possible to its competitor to reduce the competitor's market area. However, if both sellers do the same, eventually both will end up in central location. It's sharing the same market share. 3. Effect of demand elasticity. In the Hoteling's original model, it is assumed that the elasticity of demand is zero, which means that buyers are insensitive to price. However, in the real world, demand can be elastic, meaning that buyers are more sensitive to price difference. 4. Price competition in overlap zone. The market area overlap both sellers may compete fiercely in setting price to attract consumers in those areas. This price competition might lead to the decrease in the profit and create a price war situation. Next, market area and the choice of location. The importance of strategic the importance of strategic location selection to maximize profit, taking into account market availability, level of demand, and competition. The following are the main factors the companies consider in determining market R and location. First, influence of market R of site location selection. 2. Market area deficit and surplus. 3. Business unit distribution pattern. 4. Relative factor affecting distribution patterns. 5. Effect of transfer orientation on non-business location. With the above consideration, location selection is not only a business decision but also a competitive strategy that helps companies achieve distribution efficiency, avoid direct competition, and create a broader access to potential market. Thank you. Okay, that's all for our presentation today. Thank you for all listening. I apologize if there are still many shortcomings. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.